Yes, God, Yes is directed by Karen Main and stars Christian Adam, Susan Blackwell, and Alicia Boo, just to name a few. And it tells the story of a young Catholic teenager who, in the early 2000s, discovers a AOL chat that turns racy, and she struggles to suppress her urges in the face of eternal damnation. Yes, God, yes.
So your enjoyment of this movie is basically gonna be based off of how much you can relate to what you're seeing here. If you're a kid that grew up in a very religious home, maybe a very strict religious home, I think you're gonna see some stuff here that you're gonna relate to and you're gonna chuckle at. If not, you're probably gonna be like, oh, whatever, this was boring. I think the promo for this movie is gonna be its downfall because they do make it seem like it's along the lines of American Pie, that sort of thing, that is gonna be a lot more raunchy than it actually is. What we have here is a sweet, small, independent film that is telling a very personal story. I grew up Catholic as well, and a lot of what I saw here I could relate to. The Christian camps, the sense of guilt for feeling or thinking anything outside of what they tell you to feel or think. And not to offend anybody, I really try to avoid discussing religion or politics at any given time with anybody because it just gets ugly. But like I said, I feel like if you grew up a certain way, whether no matter what your religious background is, if it was strict and it had those kind of rules and the whole fire and brimstone thing and every sexual thought you had was wrong, then you're gonna relate to what you see here. The strength of this film is definitely lead actress Christian Adam. She's carrying this film, and she is in her 20s, but she's very believable as a young, innocent, wide-eyed teenager who is now kind of coming into their sexual own. And her facial expressions, it's just everything in this movie. It really is, especially with those big blue eyes. The rest of the cast, they don't really have that much to add to what's happening here. So she is carrying this film. Everybody else is just window dressing, unfortunately. I would have liked to see more stories being told, uh, more people kind of dealing with the whole hypocrisy of religion and that sort of thing. We do get a couple scenes where you have these kids who are on one hand espousing all the virtues of living a celibate life, and then on the other hand, you catch them having relations, so to speak. But at the end of the day, there's not a lot of that in this. I think the movie would have benefited more if we got to see more stories like that, and the focus wasn't just this one person. But she carries the film nonetheless. Overall, guys, there's not that much to say about this movie. It is a full feature length of a short film that came out in 2017, and from what I've read, if you've seen that short film, this movie's probably not gonna add that much for you. It just adds a few more scenes and maybe expands on things a little bit more. But if you've seen that, you probably can miss this. It's a sweet movie. It has a message. It gets its message across, and I think for what it is, it works. So like I said, if you're going into this expecting American Pie or something along those lines, guys, like super bad or something like that, you're not gonna enjoy this movie. But if you maybe grew up with these types of rules and this type of background, you might see something here to smile at. So I'm giving Yes, God, Yes a 5.5 out of 10. And that's it for this one, guys. There's not much to say about this movie. So if you liked this video, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It's much appreciated. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, you can of course click on my face when it pops up right over there. And you can check out past video reviews if you feel like it. So until next time, bye bye.